What's up everyone, and welcome back to Nexus. So often might you wander out of a store with something in your pocket or just break some really stupid law you didn't even know was illegal. While it would be impossible for the police to enforce some of these bizarre laws, and while a lot of police officers probably don't even know that they exist, you're still guilty of doing all sorts of unorthodox things. Watch this video to find out 10 illegal things you do every day. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get new content similar to this every day. Also, make sure to comment down below letting us know which was your favorite. And for this video, let's see if we can hit the golden like button, which is 1,000 likes, so make sure to drop a like down below. Number 10. Nowadays, people download music. That's a fact. If millions and millions of people didn't all illegally download music, then the FBI would be out of a job trying to stop them. Well, not really. And companies like Spotify and Apple Music trying to combat this with reasonable monthly fees wouldn't exist. But why pay for something you can get for free when all you need is a reliable pirating website and a torrent client? Drag and drop your new files into iTunes and you're good to go. I'm assuming. I've never downloaded music illegally, obviously. Anyways, music piracy is getting to be a big deal these days, with musicians losing out on revenue because of it. Have you ever wondered why concert tickets are so expensive? Well, that's because tours and merchandise are the only reliable income source, since you can never really be sure how many people will actually buy your music properly. One kid from Providence actually got fined $675,000 for illegally downloading and sharing music online. Number 9. In the exact same vein as downloading music is downloading films and TV shows, and even streaming them from any low-rent video hosting website. Could the influx of movie piracy be the reason Blockbuster and so many other video and DVD renting stores closed down? Well, yeah, besides Netflix, probably. So if you've pirated a movie before but you loved Blockbuster Video, you only have yourself to blame. We've all definitely done this too. Lots of movies you can even find in full on YouTube, a website that tries hard to stick to copyright law. Again, this is why we now have streaming services like Amazon Prime and Netflix, both of which make a lucrative profit from charging people to see things they could actually see for free, without paying that is, and by breaking the law. Number 8. This one you know is illegal, and yet people still do it anyway. Unlike the last two examples where the only things to get hurt were the egos of various recording studios and music artists, in this example, people can die and people have died. I'm talking about speeding. Yeah, so many times people are late and frantic, so they speed in their car and maybe run someone off the road or swerve around a corner too quickly, leading to injuries or even fatalities. The NHTSA estimated that the cost of society for speeding-related accidents is around $40 billion per year. A huge amount of money that could be saved if people were a little bit more safety conscious, left a little earlier, or just chilled out about circumstances being out of their hands making them late. Number 7. If you live in Massachusetts, you may have done this. If you serve in a restaurant in Massachusetts, you've probably definitely done this. Because did you know that it's illegal there for restaurants to serve alcohol to patrons? Not any alcohol, of course, just alcohol that doesn't come with a meal. I guess this just comes from a cheap trick to try and get people to buy more stuff if they go out to eat, and so that they don't get a few dozen drunkards hanging around their classy, upmarket places. I'm pretty sure though that the police have never picked someone up for ordering a beer without a plate of fries in Boston. And there's probably all sorts of places who don't even know this weird law exists. Hence, why not to your knowledge you could have been breaking it all this time. Number 6. Did you know that in England it is in fact illegal to serve alcohol to drunk people? I'm not making this up, it's true. Though of course nobody really follows that law. Not unless you're really drunk, and then in most countries they probably stop serving you if you start trying to fight everyone or you straight up pass out. But the law is what it is, and I guess knowingly aiding the intoxication of someone to a level where they are endangering themselves is a part of it. It's also illegal to let someone else sell alcohol to someone who's drunk, and according to the UK government website, anybody selling alcohol on the entire premises could get prosecuted. Despite this weird load, I assure you people do get drunk all the time, and then they have to try and pretend that they're not drunk, so that they don't get repeatedly kicked out of every club and bar they try to visit. Number 5. This one is a wild card that's basically insane, but did you know it's illegal to sing Happy Birthday? That's because Happy Birthday is a copyrighted song. Or, okay, it's not since January 1st of this very year if you're in the European Union. But if you ever sang Happy Birthday before that, or if you're not in a European country, then you're a hardcore criminal. The song was copyrighted in 1935 and the rights are owned by Warner. Some people think it might be the single highest grossing song in history, and Guinness World Records claimed it was also the most recognizable song in the English language. In the United States, the copyright will carry on till 2030. And in a case in 2010, royalties from an unauthorized performance had to be paid to Warner, which added up to $700. Number 4. Personally, I haven't done this, and I don't think I ever would. It's actually illegal to park in disabled/handicapped parking spaces if you're not disabled or handicapped, which is fair enough. What if some smug, selfish jerk steals a space where a genuine person who needs help needs that space, and there aren't any more left? Regardless of what I think of it though, the fact remains that people do it, and oftentimes they won't even get caught if nobody raises the issue. You can actually face a pretty high fine though if you steal a space like that, which is a well-deserved fine in my opinion, and just stems from arrogant people thinking they're more important than everybody else just because they have somewhere to be and they can't be bothered just getting a further away parking space. Number 3. As much as we might all hate to admit it, we've all been caught somewhere with an empty cup or wrapper and no trash can in sight. Maybe you need to go into a store that doesn't allow drinks and you just have nowhere to put your stuff. But though you might forget it, littering is illegal. Think about it. No matter what you do with your trash, if you just dump it somewhere, someone else will always have to come along and put it in the trash for you. Walking that same distance you yourself were just too lazy to walk. So we should learn from this and all put our stuff in the garbage where it belongs, instead of just leaving it on the street to make it unsightly mess for everybody else. Oh, and the other incentive is because you'll get fined if you get caught littering. So it's really not worth it for an empty Starbucks cup. Number 2. Are you a tax evader? No? Are you sure? Let me rephrase the question. Have you ever sold something online and not claimed the amount of money you made as income when you're doing tax returns? Because yeah, that constitutes tax evasion. And if you'll remember your history, tax evasion is what they finally caught infamous gangster Al Capone for. It's pretty crazy that this counts as income, though I'm sure nobody's ever been arrested for it. After all, it's sort of unfair since selling things on eBay isn't a stable way to make a living, so your taxes should match with what you actually make a living doing, not selling old clothes and trinkets you don't have space for. Number 1. If you're Canadian and you liked playing imaginary games when you were a kid, because let's face it, what kids don't play imaginary games, then you could be arrested. Well, maybe, depending on what game you are playing exactly. According to Canada's criminal code, it is in fact against the law to pretend to exercise or to use any kind of witchcraft, sorcery, enchantment, or conjuration. You gotta wonder what prompted them to make this sort of law in the first place. Really. But it's interesting how it focuses on pretending to be a witch. Of course, if you're a real witch, that's fine. They can't go around arresting people for that, or it would be Salem all over again. That was our list of 10 illegal things you do every day. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit subscribe so you never miss a video in the future, and hit the like button too so we can hit that golden like of 1,000. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace!